Yeah, that's really nice. All right, howdy y'all, welcome back. So I stole my wife's car and today we're gonna try to use something a little bit different. Something that I have had sitting in my basement for like 3 years now. See, I got all my junk in the car here. So what we have was sent to my P.O. box on October 27th of 2022, and it's from a company called Haven Tents. And what this is like it's a big hammock that's fully enclosed, but it's flat. You lay flat inside of it. So since I've had this thing sitting around, I figured it's finally time to use it. It came with an air mattress and everything that goes inside of it. So it's a little bit different. I really don't have any idea how to set this thing up. It's quite a big bundle, as you can see, but it looks cool. This bundle came with a inflator for the air mattress, some lights that go inside of it. There you can kind of see what it looks like, and that all zips closed. And then these are supposed to be like some straps. They call them whoopee slings. Yeah, maybe there's another picture of it if you can see that. Packed by Dylan. But I did bring my other hammock because this has some other straps in there, and I wasn't sure if this had tree straps with it or how this all works. So we're going to get this thing unpacked and use some of these trees out here, and we'll get it set up. I'm not exactly sure how much space I need, so I picked a spot that's got quite a few trees and we'll figure it out. I might end up moving the car over there, but I guess let's just see if we can figure out how to do this. Here's our this is quite the amount of stuff. Poles, carabiners. I guess this thing can also set up on the ground. I think these are tree straps. Yeah? All right. I don't know if this is going to be long enough. I think I'm going to move it over to one of those trees, and then this one here, that's probably best we can do. This is always one of the issues when you hammock camp, is finding somewhere that you can actually hang your stuff up at. Unless you have a stand. I suppose I could get maybe some sort of collapsible stand. Could just do it right here, but center ourselves a little bit more. I think that might do it. All right. Well, let's put the air mattress in it. So I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself. The next step are these spreader bars go on the top. Somewhere right here. That's not bad. All right. There's a bunch of pockets and stuff in here. This ain't bad at all. Now mattress. Here's their provided air pump. I don't think we're going to need the rain fly on it tonight, thankfully. But it is nice that they send us with it, I guess, if you order this kit. That one. Not too shabby. And as you can see, maybe it like bends up in the bottom, and I think that is so that when you get inside of it, it lays flat. But let's get this stuff put away. I think really that's kind of all we need to do, except for maybe these lights. These are like some LED lights that go in here, but I'll have to see if I have a battery pack to run them. All right, backed up the car so I'm a little bit closer. And I got a space for a campfire right here tonight. So this thing does look like this is like a, I think this is to stake down on the ground in front of you for like your boots and your shoes and junk. I don't know what else it would be for. And there's these like, this stuff. No idea where you're supposed to hang this at. But you got that too, I guess, if you want to be fancy. And then this would be the rain fly, which it's 90 degrees right now and it's going to be 70 degrees tonight. So I don't feel like there's any good reason to hang this up. If I feel like it later, I guess we can do that. It looks really cool, but I don't see a purpose in that. So we're not going to use that. And then it comes with some tent stakes because, yeah, you can set that thing up on the ground and stake it out and use it as a ground tent, and which is what I assume this stuff is for also. This whoopee sling, I really don't know. Oh, this is so you can, I guess I could have used this on the trees that are wider apart. There's your tree strap. You can get this farther apart from the trees, I suppose. I could have used that stuff, but it's all right. So yeah, there's some extras with it, but I'm pretty stoked on the way that thing turned out. Let's see if we can get those lights hung up inside of it. Oh, and there's like big vents on the end there. So it should feel pretty nice in there tonight. All right, yeah, it's just a strip of lights. I've got this battery pack. Plug it in. They aren't super bright. They'll be brighter at night for sure. Thought maybe there was like a dimmer on there, but hey, we've got lights inside of it. And this thing should fit right into my little dangle on the side there, or up top. All right, there we go. I think these are maybe to actually like tie this up if you want to. But, man. Well, let me grab my pillow and my blanket and we'll be set. And bam. All right, well, I guess we got to see what it's like. I am pretty flat in here. That ain't bad. I don't think I'll be on the ground by the end of the night, but who knows? Yeah, that's kind of neat, y'all. All right. I'm wondering if I should try to pull the whole thing up higher again. I don't know. But I'm pretty stoked on that. Guess, let's get ourselves a fire going. Oh, the fire's rocking. We're gonna need that to cook tonight, so I've got to let that burn down for a while. I'm sipping on some Wowadas. Another one. Even if it is a bit warm out, it's going to be a beautiful day. Tomorrow it's supposed to get up to like 98, so better be out today than tomorrow, because I think they're saying with like the humidity and the heat index that it's going to feel like 110 degrees outside. Not anything I'm excited for. Truck update for those of you that are following along. Should be getting the new gears put in on Wednesday, so I don't know how long that's going to take. He might have my truck for a couple of days, but we should have that thing back up and running soon. Still need to take the boat into a shop. I have not done that yet, but we'll figure that out. So I'd like to get that thing running before the end of the year, obviously. Get it out on the water at some point this year. Beautiful. I'm glad I got some shade here. All right, fire's died down enough. We'll get ourselves some dinner going. And this was an idea that one of you guys mentioned, I think on the last video. Let me look up the comment here. I think I screenshotted it. Yes, so it was by Lisa Barnes 2477. She said a bunch of different stuff. She said also hot dog shish kebabs. I've seen a recipe somewhere and they sounded delicious. Just use hot dogs and peppers, tomatoes, or whatever, veggies, and grill it. So that's what we are going to try. We're going to make some hot dog kebabs. I've got some chips we can have with it too, but got a couple of skewers here, plate. I'm going to need to grab my pocket knife. Everything else is in the cooler. Get my knife. But the little twist we're going to put on it is that we're going to baste them with this A1 bold and spicy Tabasco pepper sauce. I think this should be pretty good, and we'll see how it turns out. So we'll rub it on there before we even throw them on the grill, and then maybe do a little bit more, and it should like caramelize it. And we're also going to add some pineapple to it, because we tried pineapple in the last video and I like it. So we've got green pepper, red onion, our pineapple of course, Oscar Mayer beef franks, classic beef franks, 100% beef. Can't reach it. We've got our little thing to rub our barbecue sauce on it. We'll just use this guy for all of our stuff here. I don't really know how much we're going to need. Probably 1 dog per skewer is going to be sufficient, but man, when did they cheap out on these things? They're not resealable anymore. I thought they used to be. Either way, it'll be fine. A couple of dogs. I don't really even know how big to make these. that. We might need more dog. We shall see. It's probably enough peppers. Always easier to peel once you cut them. That should come apart in some good pieces. You don't need to go crazy with that. One for me. All right. Start with an onion, I guess. You got to get your pineapple on there. Dog. I don't know about you guys, but I feel like this is going to be pretty dang good. That might be big enough. Kind of feel like we could have put more hot dog on there. We'll just throw another one on the end for good measure. All right. Get the other one made up quick if we can. The nice thing about these is like, it's all really, like you can eat hot dogs raw. So it's another one of those things you don't have to be super worried about like cooking it specifically. But we're gonna try to get a nice like char on it if we can. And hot dog. That looks pretty dang tasty, and 2 of these should be more than enough. Definitely gonna have some leftovers. Guess I can munch on this stuff. But let's see what we can do with these, with this sauce. I'm talking with my mouth full. It says bold and spicy. The sauce that makes everything taste better. If I remember right, this stuff is fairly runny, so I'm gonna have to be kind of careful with this. But do I have a bowl I can pour some into? That'll do us better, I think. That way we can just get the brush out and brush it on there instead of making a mess all over our plate with all the extra drippings. Try to get that all over. Guy ripping around on a Suron. I don't know if those are allowed in Nebraska parks or not, but I ain't gonna complain to nobody. I think it's pretty rad. Look at that guy. Let's just get this guy on the grill instead of setting it on our plate here. Ooh, can you hear the sizzle? All right. I have to turn these every couple minutes. I do have some gloves and like a pot holder or whatever, so we should be all right with that. So I grabbed a Jones soda. I actually bought this a while back. It's been sitting in my fridge for a while. This is Jones Strawberry Lime. I can't remember even when I bought it, but it's probably been a month or so ago. And I like the lime drinks. I was actually drinking a lime liquid death. Straw Bizzle lime. That's good. Every time I have a pop now or like a soda that's actually got sugar in it, I'm always like, man, this would make a good float, like an ice cream float. That would make a really good, like strawberry and vanilla. That'd be great. I don't know how often I should be turning these things. Turn and baste. The lid in my drink says, I don't know if you'll be able to read that, laughter is the best medicine. I ain't lying. Jones soda's pretty good, y'all. Eating my leftover veggies. Let me try some of that sauce. That's got a little kick to it. Those are going to be spicy. Those are looking pretty dang good. Nice and crisp on there. Caramelized the sauce. I think they're ready to go. Yeah, that looks really dang good. See if we can get this fire to light back up though. Might have to toss fire starter on there. I don't know. We'll see. Just let it do its thing. Alrighty. I'm excited to try this, y'all. It's I never would have thought to do this with hot dogs, but if you've been watching for a while, you know I like a nice wiener. So we've got some kettle jalap chips. Kettle or like kettle cooked. They're not fried, I don't believe. I have had these before, but it's been a while. These were sent in, so gotta give them a shot. What do we go in for first? Do we just go in right on the pineapple? I think we got to. Very tasty. And yeah, that A1 does have a kick to it. It's a bit spicier than I expected. I've had regular A1, but I've never had the Tabasco A1. Dare I say that's even like spicier than regular Tabasco sauce? I don't know. Bold and spicy. It's really good. And you can obviously use any kind of meat you want, but how simple is this, you know? And if you use like chicken or beef or whatever else, you gotta actually wait for that stuff to cook. This will be cooked up quick. Well, the fire worked. I'd say I probably had it on there for 20 minutes though, so that probably would have cooked about anything, but I wanted to make sure it got nice and crispy. Well, thank you for this suggestion. I'm happy with this. That's a tasty wiener. Pineapple gives it so much flavor too. It's one of those things that you just don't expect to work so well, like it does on pizza, but that's great. Well, I'm excited to try this hammock out tonight. If you watched my last hammock video, which would have been, I had my motorcycle, I took my motorcycle out and hammock camped off that. I mentioned in the video that even in that hammock, I could sleep on my side, but you are still kind of like, you aren't laying super flat inside of it. And then obviously you're more wrapped up. I'm curious to see how this one's gonna lay. Obviously I'll be hearing everything. So I don't know how well I'll get to sleep, because that's always kind of an issue when I sleep in a tent or anything like that, since you hear all of the noises and the bugs and the rustling of things. And there are other people at this park, so I don't know how late they'll be up, but I am excited to see what it's like. And then it came with those 4 stakes, and I don't know if that's to stake the tent down, or if that's probably, I want to say that's probably used for the rainfly. But the rainfly, even though I'm not going to put it on, I watched a video on how to do it, because I just wanted to make sure. And basically you can attach it, there's toggles on each corner of this thing that you can attach the rainfly down to, so you don't have to like guy it out or stake it out anywhere, which is pretty nice. And then what else? Oh, there's that strap that goes underneath the bottom of the hammock. It's probably right behind me. You guys can't see that. I'll show you when we're done eating. But you can tighten that thing up and it'll lift one side of the hammock up, so you can basically like lounge in it. You're not going to be sitting straight up, but it'll give you like a lounge seat inside of the thing, which looks pretty nice. I haven't tried it yet, so we'll try that when we're done with dinner. While it would have been good on its own, I do firmly think that using like a barbecue sauce base, you know, I use A1, but any kind of barbecue sauce on there, barbecue sauce of your choice, enhances it tenfold. All right, so good. Yeah, I'm dripping sweat, but it is warm out here. All right, so here's the strap that I was talking about. I thought this was like, when you pack it up, you can use this to like cinch everything down, but you tighten it up like that, and it gives you like a little bit of an angle. So I guess maybe this is the side that your head is supposed to go on. I don't know if it really matters. See how it works. Maybe see what our lights look like. Ah, that's nice. That'll be real nice in there. Getting in and out of hammocks is always weird. Yeah, I guess it kind of works. Kind of a little bit. Yeah, like I said, you definitely ain't sitting up, but it does give you that little bit of a raise over just laying flat, like so, because I should just be able to do that. Yeah. And it flattens back out. Huh? Yeah, I dig it. All right, gotta get this closed back up before we get a bunch of bugs up in here. But I'm excited to try this thing out tonight, and I'm gonna sleep the other way. That light's cool, man. Yeah, that's really nice. No, it's not super dark out, but especially if you had the rain fly over there, it'd be dark in there, you know? I dig it. Well, the old fire's about dead. That last piece of wood, hardwood, I think, doesn't want to burn much. But yeah, you can see it without the light. I think it's time to crawl into this beauty. Ooh, I forgot I had this guy out here. Right. I'll just let it run out. It's fine. Turn our light on in here before we hop in. There we go. That's so cool, man. I'm digging this setup. Hopefully it's comfortable. Got a headlamp in case I need it later. Try not to let any bugs in. Get all my junk out of my pockets. Phone. Lock the car up. Put my hat down here. Yeah, the pockets are nice, man. Guess I can set my chair over here. You guys can't really see that, but I put my shoes on my chair so they're not right on the ground. Yeah. I dig this, y'all. I do. Get a bug in here. Dang old little moth guy. Gotta go. All right. I guess time to just say goodnight. This thing is super rad, but I'll see you guys in the morning. Alright, take the socks off even. Yeah, all the little storage pockets in here are nice. And it's like I don't feel like I'm gonna fall out of it. Like you know, in a hammock you got to be a little bit more careful on how you're moving. Like you feel like you might roll out of it. I don't feel like I'm gonna do that in this. Could have just brought a full-size pillow. Didn't really even think about it. Yeah, straight up laying on my side. All right, y'all. I'll see you in the morning. Good night. Oh, good morning, y'all. It's kind of dark on that camera, but it's light out there. Birds be birding, waking me up. That's a great view to wake up to, though. Like, just looking up. That's what I'm seeing. Gorgeous. Give you some light, I suppose. Probably be blinding. Ooh. Yep. Slept good in here, though. This is super comfortable. And it's nice, man. The one really nice thing about hammocks is just the subtle sway that, like, any movement and you'll just a little bit of sway. It's like, you know, you're a baby getting rocked to sleep. Ooh. But you can't beat it. And all the little pockets, you know, the phone's dangling there. I had the camera shoved in this one overnight just so it was in here with me. Down there. I hung my shirt over the spreader bar because it was warm last night. And then, you know, my hat's down there. Car keys. Yeah. All in all, this is a pretty rad little tent, and it's cool, or tent, I guess. It's a hammock. It's cool that you can set it up as a tent. I don't know if you need extra stuff, but oh man, having it packed away so long though, I don't know if you'll be able to see it. Some of the, like, it must be the dye off of this black stuff kind of rubbed off onto here. Yeah, you could probably see some of that, like, right in there. But that's what you get for leaving it in a box for, what, 3 years? Alright. It's just time to get up. Well, I think overall it's a successful night of camping. I think that's pretty neat little unit there. Oh. Got the old Duncan. Ooh, and the lights inside of it are definitely a nice touch. Did I bring anything? Do I have anything in my tote to eat? Just take a bite of onion for breakfast. But yeah, it was warm last night. I thought I was going to be able to sleep with my shirt on, just so I wasn't, you know, putting myself directly onto that sleeping pad, which that pad is like, it's not felt or whatever, but it's not plastic. It's, I It's got like a material over it, but it was too dang warm. Even with the, like, I didn't have the covers on most of the night, so I had to take my shirt off at least. But I should just get my junk cleaned up. Grab a, I think I got a granola bar in the car though. Unlock the whip. Sweet and salty nuts. Well, if you've always wanted to try a hammock, or you slept in a hammock and you just can't do it because, you know, the way that it is, I'd say give one of these things a try. I'm pretty sure there's other brands that are making these things at this point. I'm guessing you could probably find them on Temu if you really wanted to, but yeah, lay flat hammock. Oh, I think this company makes bigger ones even, because yeah, this model is 3 years old or whatever at this point. So, oh, check them out. Then we'll start getting this junk taken down. Not bad. You know, I could pack this on the motorcycle. It's not huge. It's probably about the same size as the tent that I typically use on the bike. Might have to use this for a bike trip or two. But I'm surprised how easily that packed back up, and it's nice that the bag was actually big enough to put it back into. Alrighty, y'all. Overall, it was a good experience. You know, when you got those new, like, different things like that, you never know how they're going to turn out, especially if you've never set them up before, you know. I guess it's probably a good idea to try to set some of that stuff up prior to actually coming out and using it, but that's all part of the adventure of it for me, you know. If something doesn't work out, you gotta improvise, adapt, and overcome. But I enjoyed it. I'm definitely going to use that thing more. I don't know why I didn't use it in the first place. It was kind of one of those, I'm not here to, like, advertise for your company kind of mentalities I had to it. And, you know, it is what it is. But, yeah, it was a good time. Dinner was great. You got to give the wiener kebabs a try if you haven't. And, yeah, it's going to be a hot one coming up. So, I don't know what we'll do for the next one, if we'll get out camping or not. Like I said, we got hopefully get the truck in this week and get those gears done, but I don't know how long that's going to take, and then there's a break-in procedure on that thing, so we'll see how that all turns out. But it was a good one. If you thought it was cool, give a thumbs up. If you didn't, don't. I don't care. And as always, stay tuned for the next adventure. I'll see you in a bit.